Welcome to the State of Wrestling. Superstar of the week is this man, the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold. Steve Austin debuted in the WWE in 1995 as the Ringmaster. He came in with Ted DiBiase introduced him. They brought him in. He was the Ringmaster for almost a year, not quite a year. Then he went on to win the 1996 King of the Ring tournament, beat Jake the Snake Roberts, and by this point he was going as Steve Austin. Beats Jake Roberts and said Jake Roberts at the time was doing a lot of he was really religious and stuff like that. I believe he was a recovering alcoholic at the time, and he had drug addiction, stuff like that he had gotten over at the time. And Austin said, you preach about all your Psalms and your Bible and that, and he said, well, Austin 3:16 said, I just whooped your ass. Hence the term Austin 3:16. It was born right there. And then moving forward, Austin had a feud. He called out Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart was off after losing the Iron Man match to Shawn Michaels at the previous WrestleMania. Austin kept calling out Bret Hart week in, week out, and then finally Bret Hart accepted. They had a feud that lasted quite a while. And then in 1997 at SummerSlam, Steve Austin had his neck broken in a match against Owen Hart for the Intercontinental title. At the end of the match, Owen tombstone piledrived Austin. Austin laid there for a while. Owen he knew something was up, so he kind of played to the crowd. Austin rolled him up, barely, and wins the Intercontinental title. Had to relinquish the title, as well as the tag titles at the time, due to the injury. He never did have surgery for that. He healed. He was there every single week, cutting promos, saying, that he wants to wrestle, and they had Vince, say, Steve, you can't wrestle, and stuff like that. Went forward to the Survivor Series when he finally returned to the ring. And then moving on to, he won the Royal Rumble, and he went on to winning his first WWE title, WWF title back then, against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14, in which Mike Tyson was involved in that match as well. Also, Shawn Michaels' last match for almost 5 years was at that WrestleMania. Then the Austin McMahon feud, which lasts the better part of 2.5 to 3 years, was formed. And, we could go on and on forever about, the countless encounters, when Austin, was fired, and he came out with the, the gun. McMahon wet himself. It was damn entertaining TV, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's unreal. In 1999, Steve Austin finally had neck surgery to repair the broken neck that happened almost 3 years before. And of course they did the car angle at the Survivor Series where Steve Austin got ran down by Rikishi. He was out for quite a while before he finally returned. Fought Rikishi and Triple H, who set up the whole thing. At WrestleMania 17, he had his first heel turn. They in a way, they tried to make Austin a heel right from the get-go, but it didn't work because, the fans cheered from him. I mean, where else can you go and beat up your boss every week, not get fired, and get cheered and give your boss the finger? And that ain't gonna happen anywhere except for the WWE. So yeah, at WrestleMania 17, he sides with Vince against The Rock, turns on The Rock, and it was kind of odd from there. Austin was a heel for the better part of a year, really. I mean, him and Triple H had the two-man power trip thing going on. Triple H blew his quad out, was out. The Invasion thing happened. Austin ends up turning on the WWE at the Invasion pay-per-view, joins the Alliance. Then ends up turning on the Alliance at the Survivor Series about 6 months later, and that was the end of the whole invasion thing. Austin was no longer a heel. He had a good feud with Kurt Angle there. That was when Angle sprayed him with the milk, ripped off Austin when Austin sprayed the corporation with beer. There's so much to talk about with Steve Austin. You know, I'm just trying to break it down quickly here. In June 2003, Stone Cold Steve Austin left the WWE because of creative differences in his opinion. He wasn't happy with what was going on. You know, that was the whole Triple H said it, JR said it, that Austin took his ball and went home. There's so many different sides to that story. You know, Steve Austin was burnt out. You know, he'd been going, you know, since he came back from 1999 until then, basically, as the top guy in the company. You know, and then he was off for quite a while after that. He finally returned in February 2003 at the No Way Out pay-per-view and fought Eric Bischoff, who was the GM. They ended up becoming co-GMs. He ran with that one for a bit, and then at WrestleMania 19, he had what has become known as his retirement match against The Rock. And that was the last time we've seen Steve Austin in an in-ring contest. You know, we've seen him, you know, he's made a lot of random appearances. He's been special guest referee, at many WrestleManias. He's done a lot of, you know, he'll come in, he'll do a drinking contest, beer drinking contest, whatever. Comes in, stuns somebody, drinks beer, leaves. You know, and that's pretty much what we've seen from Steve Austin since like 2005 on. I mean, that's basically what we've got out of Steve Austin. Of course, he went into the Hall of Fame in 2009. 2011, he returns to host Tough Enough. And there's a lot of speculation going around right now that Steve Austin could make an in-ring return after this season of Tough Enough is done. After seeing Raw a few weeks ago when he attacked Alex Riley, I could see it. This guy hasn't lost a step. He's been taking bumps in Tough Enough. You know, he said in an interview, you know, that he could wrestle another 2 or 3 full years, no problem, no question about it. The only thing is he said that right now he's living his life pain-free, and he wants to continue living pain-free. So it's hard to say. I can see Austin doing one more run, not a full-time run. You know, maybe he'll come back, do a match here and there, cut more promos than matches. I think it would be great. WWE's lacking star power right now. They need a guy like Steve Austin in there to bring them back up a level in star power. So that's it for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stick around right after this video. There will be a list of his titles and accomplishments in the WWE right following this video. And next week's Superstar of the Week, I haven't picked one yet. It's possibly going to be Edge, I'm not sure, you know, due to what happened the past week. But that's it for this week's Superstar of the Week. Stone Cold Steve Austin, we covered his WWE career. Of course, he had a career before in ECW and in WCW as Stunning Steve Austin. You know, I don't think we've written the final chapter of Steve Austin's career. We'll have to stick around to find out. Thanks for watching.